I'm the richest, poorest cowboy down in Texas, and I smile and count my blessings every day. I've got white clouds overhead, sage grass for my bed, and I can have my pick of any cactus on my way. Oh, out here I'm king of all that I survey, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
So what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Just a big thank you to all our subscribers out there. We just crossed the 4,000 subscriber mark, so it's pretty cool to see the channel grow. We make these videos, a lot of effort goes into them, and it's just see that it's appreciated by a lot of people with hundreds of thousands of views now, thousands of subscribers, and it's just cool to see it grow. But right now we are facing our biggest challenge that we've had on the farm besides the snowpocalypse, that winter storm Uri that rolled through, where we got like 2 feet of snow where we never get 2 feet of snow. Over the last 10 weeks, we've got 7/10 of an inch of rain. To give you some perspective, it's about that much rain right there. We've gotten that much rain over the last 10 weeks. And in the previous weeks of the year, we've gotten this much, 37 inches. So that's a big difference. Our management style has to change when our rain goes from this down to this. You see, every rain that we were supposed to get, we didn't get. I mean, it's been kind of ridiculous, to the point where yesterday and today, when you look at the weather forecast, we're across multiple different sources and across multiple different apps, we were looking at 70 to 80% chance of rain. And we're not talking a little bit of rain, we're talking 6/10 of an inch each day, so that would have really helped us. Hopefully we get some rain tomorrow or the next day. There's still some in the forecast, but it's just like every time we get close to rain, it just says nope and it moves away. I was talking with our NRCS agent the other day, and he's saying that a lot of people around here are having some trouble, and a lot of them are already starting to feed hay because the grass is gone. I mean, the grass around here, it needs rain. Grass needs rain, but it's gone. I want to show you, this is what we're grazing right now. I mean, look at this. This is what our cows are on, and we've only gotten, look at this, 7/10 of an inch in 10 weeks. I mean, this is ridiculous. The grow back on this, it's not what it was in springtime, not what it was in springtime at all, because I could see summer happening, I could see maybe the little signs of a drought, and I slowed up the cows a lot, and this is about 60 days of rest. This is about 60 to 65 days of rest. This is why those 3 M's that Joel Salatin talks about, moving, mopping, and mowing, this is why this is important right here. We are moving them every day or every other day, depending on how much grass is left, because we're trying to take as much as possible without going too short. We have them mobbed up because it's creating a little bit of a competition between them, and they're going after things because they can tell it's dry right now. They're going after different plants that they normally wouldn't go after. And obviously they're mowing because that's what cows do. They're nature's pruner. But it's those 3 M's that give the 3 R's. Rest, recovery, and regrowth. And because we didn't take the grass all the way down when we were here last, we let it rest, we let it recover, and now look at the regrowth. 7/10 of an inch. It's basically 0 rain. And then with the times that we did have rain, the next day it was like 97 degrees and super dry, so most of it got, evaporated. But speaking to that, because we have so much carbon on the ground in the form of grass, in the form of, even the dry grass, we're able to capture a lot more of that water than everybody else. Why? Because if the grass is down to here and looks like, a putting green, guess what? That water is not going to get absorbed. It's going to wash away, and it's going to take soil and nutrients with it. Here we're able to capture that water because across the entire farm we got about anywhere from 3 to 5 inches left. Even from where they just moved from or to where they're going, there's at least 3 to 5 inches. That's that's still quite a bit of grass, to where, we could even maybe go an extra day there, and it might buy us a little bit more time for us to get that rain that we so desperately need right now. And even with that 7/10 of an inch, that's still quite a bit of water. Why? Because per acre, for every inch of water per acre, for every inch of rain per acre, that's 27,000 gallons of water. That's a lot of water. Because we were thinking about trying to irrigate. We were trying to think about using the ponds to, throw a little bit of water on here. We're looking at the K-line irrigation, and it's still something we might do. But in order for us to make a dent, we have 2 decent sized ponds, but those aren't really going to make the big world of difference. What makes a difference is that right there. What Scarlett's doing, what Daphne's doing, what Apollo's doing over there, what all these cows are doing, that's taking the tips off the grass. And I might even let them take like the middle, to where there's at least a third remaining. At least a third remaining, because when we do get a rain, we'll be able to capture it all. We'll be able to soak it all in. I mean, look at this. This is still, you know, 18 inches of grass. I mean, it goes all the way down there. It's a lot of grass. I mean, look at this. I'm walking through here, and it's not just a little bit of grass. We have quite a bit. Just to give you a little bit of an example, the cows were over there about a week and a half ago. Maybe a little, yeah, about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks. And you can see that there's still grass on the ground. And you're able to see, you know, you can see the areas where it's starting to actually regrow, because we'll get a little bit of dew in the morning. We'll get a little bit of, like this morning was foggy. We'll take it. We'll take everything we can. You can see it's starting to regrow there. We can graze that again if we have to. Not, you know, ideal, but it's better than feeding hay. But all this is achieved because of mob grazing, not because, you know, just because the cows move. It's the results of what happens when the cows move. We talk about it a lot. This grass blade, it grows on an S curve. You see, it's already fully expressed itself because it's went to seed here. But right here, this section here, it takes a lot for it to start growing. And it looks like, it'll look like this here with the seed head on, from the, you know, where some people might take the grass down to. I wouldn't take it down that low. Okay, so it takes a lot for it to start growing. Then it shoots up in this section right here. Then it stops. I mean, this grass blade is not going to grow any longer than it is. Ideally, we'd take it when the grass was like right there, to where it didn't put on this, because it'll keep it in this growth stage. But this is one of the grasses that grows a lot faster around here than the other ones. So we're waiting for those other ones to catch up, and we'll let this go to seed. And what this is doing is it's allowing more grass to grow up. The more grass that can grow up, the more for the cows to eat. The more for the cows to eat, the more they can eat and they can trample. When they trample the grass, guess what? We're adding carbon back down to the soil, and it'll decompose and just create better soil for us. It's adding more organic matter. Secondly, when we're moving the cows every day, if you just turn your cows out, they'll get kind of on a schedule. They'll go, okay, you kind of know where they are in the morning, you know where they are around 3 o'clock, you know where they sleep, and they kind of just go around your farm, and they'll rotate themselves around across the course of a day, and they'll eat here, they'll eat here, they'll eat here. What this means is that they'll manure in the same spots, and that's usually underneath a tree. And what's happening is those nutrients for the pasture are moving underneath a tree where they're not needed. Now, we do always give our cows a little bit of shade. They have trees back there that they can get under on a really hot day. It's also another reason why we're really looking at building a shade mobile for these guys. But moving them every day and mobbing them up every day, their manure is concentrated on kind of an even level across the course of the farm. They like to poop in this paddock over here. If I was just going to turn them out, now they're forced to poop over here, and it's keeping the nutrients where they're needed. And all that's doing is building up the fertility for us and making the grass regrow better and stronger. You know, we've only been here, it's 19 months now. We've been here 19 months. Actually, well, come October 3rd, it's 19 months. So in the grand scheme of things, we haven't really had a long time to change the soil here. But what we're doing, just a little bit that we've done in these 19 months, moving the cows every day, unrolling hay, and being able to concentrate their manure, it's working. It's working. Around here, you drive around, and man, I'd be worried if I was a lot of these people, because their grass is gone. I mean, completely gone. They're on hay. They're spending a lot of money, and that adds up really quickly. Because imagine if you have to feed hay all of fall and all of winter and have to wait for spring. Man, that adds up a lot. That adds up really, really quickly. And at the same time here, you know, we're trying our best to build fall and winter stockpile. Are we able to do it? We'll see. It's kind of a thing that we're having to, you know, kind of look at because of the drought. Last year we had the benefit of getting the remnants of a few hurricanes that threw a lot of water on the ground during the summertime. But in the fall, we really didn't get too much rain. It was a lot drier fall than expected around here, according to everybody. But we really didn't have to start feeding hay until, I think it was January 17th, and we stopped, I think it was February 27th, somewhere right around there. So February 27th, March 1st, somewhere right around there. But this mob grazing is just beneficial in so many ways. We're able to move them away from their parasites. We're mimicking nature like the buffalo and the great herds in Africa are doing, migrating around this farm. And right now we're seeing the fruits of our labor, because our farm still looks good. I mean, it doesn't look at its best by any means, because we are still in a drought, and there's some places that are getting a little bit dry, and there's a couple grazes that I might have let them stay a few hours or maybe a day too long, or I just should have just not let them be there on a kind of one of our hillsides. But this is the kind of grass that we're getting on 7/10 of an inch of rain in 10 weeks. Now we still have weeds, we still have a couple little bare spots, we still have some undesirable plants, but we're working on it. It's getting better. If this is what we can do in 19 months, what can we do in 5 years? What can we do in 10 years? What could we do in 50 years? In 50 years, this place is gonna look completely different. Why? Because I plan on doing this for the next 50 years. And all those results will just compound. And this place, man, the cows in those 50 years from now, they're gonna be loving life, and they're gonna be the happiest cows around here. While everybody else is degrading their soil, while everybody else is causing soil erosion, here we're just making it grow up. Now don't get me wrong, we're still not in the best position for winter time. We need a rain. We need rain. Hopefully we get a rain tomorrow, and it'll set us up pretty good. We'll be able to make it out of this. We'll be able to make it out of this drought pretty much unscathed without really taking a step back. But we do really need a rain, and I'm gone so far to break this thing out, because hey, if it works, it works. But this practice of mob grazing has really saved our butts this year. The farm is still looking pretty good, not 100%. But like I said, I want to see what this looks like in 5, 10, 50 years. And if you want to continue following our journey and join our other 4,000 now subscribers, hit that subscribe button down below. Ring the notification bell so you get notified when we put up new videos. Hit the like button because it really does help with the YouTube algorithm, and drop a comment if you like, all right? And let's pray for rain.